Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Attila Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about this Black Monday situation, something what we haven't seen for a long time, and now is really getting an issue, and what is really happening on the market. As you know, usually my lightning in the background is green because in long term I'm bullish, but today I have to give it a red because everything is so red. So guys, and don't forget, every single day I bring you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom. So if you want to stay up to date, which is I think crucial if you would like to be successful in long term on this market, then definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel and also hit the like button if you like this kind of content. Now let's do it. Well, when we're looking at the market, look at this. Everything in red, but in the last 24 hours, Bitcoin 7.5% down, Ethereum 17% down. You know, the prices were already down, but this is a further 17%. Do we have winners? What is this? Kava almost up 1%. Whoa, that's it. Because basically, when we're looking at the top 100, Barachain 25% down, not in the week, in 24 hours. Then we have Zcash 24% down, Movement 18% down. Look at these altcoins, many, the majority double digits down. Even, you know, Sui 15%. You know, even the big guys, Ethereum 17%. So really crazy times we're living in right now. What you can do and what you see, you know, me surrounding this red light, it's the red light therapy. It's good for your skin. It's good for your energy, actually. And now it's totally free. It's available. Doesn't matter. Just, you know, switch on your computer, you know, go on NASDAQ, S&P 500, crypto market, you name it, and you can enjoy the red light therapy. But put the joke aside, let's talk about how the whole market looks like, starting here with basically Bitcoin. We did talk about the numbers already, but check out the Bitcoin chart. So as you can see, Bitcoin went down all the way here to, what was it lowest today? It's 74,420 US dollar. And basically this 74,000-ish level, it was pretty strong by orders. So this is what saved it so far. But we can see further upside. Depends what's going to happen. You know, the Asian market already opened in red. And actually this will be today's video. I'm going to talk about checking out other things. So let's get into it. So for start, let's go back here where we were before. So first of all, as you can see, we just formed here a red cross. Let's circle this one. And basically, what does it mean? Usually in a longer uptrend, red death crosses. Did I say red cross? I don't know, death cross. This is what I meant. You know, when it's happening like here, you know, we go sideways for a while, and then, you know, market restarts again, going up. We had it here as well, as you can see, when the 50-day moving average crossing the 200-day moving average one from above. This is when the death cross is happening also. However, when a bear market is starting, you know, and this kind of death cross is happening, then actually we go down for a longer period of time. So basically what we see right now is this has formed, and we can see it on the market that it's tanking. But it's not just Bitcoin, which actually is not that bad when we're looking at the 30%, right? Back in 2021, what did we have? We had a 51% price decrease because China were banning Bitcoin mining, if you remember, in 2021, and then we recovered. So 30% is not that bad. Altcoins are breeding like crazy. And when you're looking at here the Bitcoin dominance, today we have seen Bitcoin dominance at 64 already. So this shows the strength of Bitcoin. Ethereum is tanking like crazy. Look at this. Ethereum is back to levels we basically have seen maybe in 2023 at the beginning of the year. So this is really, you know, the bad times. It's really bear bear market territory where we were back then. And when you compare Ethereum to Bitcoin, it's losing massively. So this is what I said, there were no trend reversal yet. It's continuously going down. So Bitcoin is showing its strengths and actually doesn't hold that bad itself when we compare it to other. Because gold, it's actually also now going down. Look at this. So the reaction for gold was also red. But when we're looking at the Nasdaq, you can see it here clearly that the Nasdaq, it's already in bear market in a way with more than minus 20%. And it actually happened pretty fast. Look at this. The previous all-time high was just a month and a half ago on Nasdaq, and in a month and a half time, we seeing it in the bear market territory. So this is a sharp drop. Also, S&P 500, when I'm recording this, we haven't seen the US market open, but this is going to be furthermore down probably when the opening is happening. And many others. Look at also, you can name it, Solana, we had this trend line, we break above it a little bit, as you could see it here, but then now we further down. Solana at $100 because, and in January the 19th, so not long ago in this year, it was on its all-time high, $295. So this is how sharp this is. When you're looking at oil prices also tanking. The Dixie is also down. So overall, we are in a very bad shape now. And yeah, probably, as the article says, by the time maybe you're watching this video, the market already opened, but the Asian market dropped significantly today. On the crypto market, just in the last 24 hours, we had almost 1.5 billion US dollar liquidation. Tons of longs were liquidated just like crazy. You know, I mentioned many times now that in these situations, do leverage trading, it's extremely dangerous. And, you know, this is what happening here right now. Fear and greed index, when we're looking at, the S&P 500 here, then it shows 4 is crazy. You know, a year ago it was in 58 greed, and a month ago it was in 17, but now it's at 4 down. So this is not the crypto one, but the S&P 500 one. So this is crazy. The market is really panicking. When you go here, I refresh it because it's keep changing actually. But this is the chances for the FOMC meeting, the next one in May, that they can cut the rates. And you can see that this number was on the left side, that it will be a 25 basis point rate cut, about 18% not long ago, and then it was 36% last week, and now it increased to 45%. So now it's about 50-50. And actually for June, the chance for, you know, a rate cut, it's one thing is for 50%, for almost for granted it's going to happen, but 46% it's saying a 50% rate cut. So this is increasing because of what's happening right now. Basically, the tariff situation really put the global economy in a bad shape. And now Donald Trump is saying that he cannot live with this deficit, and it's definitely holding keep holding his strategy. So now we're waiting for the countries, how they're going to respond. They're starting to now negotiate. This is one thing, but you know, this puts many companies in a bad situation. Yes, there are companies just like, you know, we have Honda, Toyota, and several others. They actually moving many manufacturers to the United States. And if you do this, your thing in the United States, there are no tariffs. But, you know, there are companies just like Nike, they're struggling. The stock went down where it was back in 2017. And the reason is that, do they really will take the workers, or, you know, how they make the shoes in the United States? Maybe paying the tariffs is even cheaper than do that in the United States, doing these things in Vietnam or wherever they're doing it. So yeah, now what the problem is a lot of uncertainty. And when you're looking at Shanghai, you know, it's down here 7%. You're looking at the Hang Seng Index, you know, China stock down. We haven't seen this in the worst state since 1989. So these are really crazy times living in. This is not just a little correction. This is like something significant. And the problem is right now not in crypto. The problem is with the world economy and where it will go. So we could see this week volatile times. But really, it's important to keep an eye on the market, because also the opportunities come with this. But for example, JP Morgan is saying now 60% chance for recession at the end of this year. Not long ago, JP Morgan said there will be a 40% chance for recession, and now they changed this to 60%. So now it's more likely that it's going to happening towards the end of the year. You know, now it's really the big question, what will happen? What will happen to the tariffs? Will there be a solution? Or if not, then okay, this uncertainty can continue, and it can trigger, you know, Fed cutting rates even heavier or sooner, or even starting with the QE. We're going to see how it's going to work, but usually QE happening really when the market is crashing. But now it's really started, and as I said, you know, the stock market getting into, in many cases, many indexes, into bear market territory. And what else? Oh yeah, we have Bill Ackman calls for a 90-day pause on US tariffs. So for example, here we have Bill Ackman calls for a 90-day pause on US tariffs. You know, without the halt, Ackman warned the country could be headed for economic nuclear winter that could crush business confidence, halt investments, and lead to mass layoffs. And, you know, he's saying that Trump is losing the confidence of business leaders. Billionaire investor Bill Ackman said. So, actually, interestingly, we have this Bill Ackman chart, and every single time he goes mad about these things on social media, this is kind of where the bottom is. So if this indicator is working, maybe it's a good entry zone. Who knows? And yeah, but bottom line is that something has to happen in the next couple of weeks. Otherwise, we're going to face a very, very bad situation. But who is sitting on a tons of cash right now, waiting for a good entry? It is Warren Buffett. Here you can see how Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway cash pile, and now it has reached 334 billion US dollar, the highest in history. He has been taking chips off the table, for a while already. He's a big guy, so when he starts to take off chips, it's not like the one day to another, like you getting out or getting into crypto. If you are a retail investor, he has to do it step by step, slowly. But this was the direction what he started to get into it. And who knows, maybe now, whenever the time he feels right, he can enter again, do a massive gain. So probably he's playing it usually right. He has seen this hundreds of times. He's over 90 years old, and he's an investor earlier than he was in the 20s, I believe. So he has a huge routine and probably some great contacts. And of course, he's not rushing. So, we're going to see what he is going to do with this huge amount of money, and when he will start to re-enter into the game. But so far now, we're still looking for the bottom. Guys, that's it for today. Don't forget, every single day I'm bringing you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom to keep you up to date. So don't forget, subscribe to this YouTube channel if these information are valuable for you, because I believe to understand where we are and act on it, it's very, very important. This is when the opportunities are born. And yeah, hit the like button if you like this kind of content. See you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.